Wistfulpaws here. I remember, on a warm semester, not wanting to be seated in the chair of the auditorium. It was an award assembly where students of the summoned grade were given their due results of a well done in paper. We, the high school students, took this as a time to scream our support to each and every friend who managed to grace that stage. Some of us howled names, others cheered above the rest. Overall, it was good energy, even if my back hurt from our wooden chairs. The staff in charge, however, did not like our support. As soon as the parents filed out, you could feel the shift of tension in the air. The door slammed shut, and the assistant principal began to walk down the center of the side rows in a prowled stalk. Some students were quieting down, others oblivious to the incoming trouble. I distantly recall wanting to read fan fiction on my phone because I could sense an incoming rant from a mile away. And rant he did. As soon as he grabbed the mic center stage, the assistant principal began laying into us about how we couldn't control ourselves, how we were embarrassing the parents who came out of their hard work day to support their children. What kind of students were we? The auditorium was silent as the assistant principal began to get louder, and I was tuning him out big time. I definitely remember those parents equally grinning and cheering at our own infectious energy. But I suppose it was easier for older people to ignore that, just as they ignore adult behavior of air horns during graduation, but chide us for anything outside of a raised hand and polite speaking. The assistant principal yelled at us for so long, he began to harshly sweat. He had a bit of a bald head too, despite his horrible words, and I slowly focused on his rage and appearance. His clothes were becoming drenched, but it was the bald head that continued to drip. This was the man in charge here. "I will not let a bunch of 14-year-olds ruin my reputation!" Our assistant principal screamed, trembling with rage. And that's when I realized how silly this was. The yelling, the rant punishment, all of it. I swallowed my chuckles with coughs, and I realized the other students around me were also fixated on Mr. Sweaty McYells. We were soon dismissed in rows, and he was still rambling about our behavior. By the time I stepped out into the hall, I raced to the lockers, cackling from the absurdity. Apparently, I wasn't the only one. The teachers must have still been in the auditorium, because the next few minutes were full of high schoolers rushing the quiet hall, snickering and cackling from how sweaty that man got, for no reason at all. For something that didn't matter. I would make eye contact with nearby students and they'd grin right back, shoulders shaking. Some rolled their eyes with wide smiles, throwing a thumb back to the ridiculousness that was our assistant principal. Soon, we all returned to class, but the experience was the talk of the grade for a day or two. There's no proper moral of this story. Adults can simply suck, and can, or will, take their frustrations out on the youth for no reason. This even happens in college. But at the very least, I didn't take such treatment laying down. Well, perhaps it was because such situations were more one-on-one, and when it comes to direct confrontation, I don't like to lose. This is Wistfulpaws, signing out. Please consider supporting my stories with likes, your experiences in the comment section, and to subscribe. Let's build a clan of wistfulness together. Wistfulpaws, signing out.